All right, good Wednesday morning, 5:15 the time, and we're tracking some wet weather out there on that morning commute. So if you got plans to be outside, hit the road over the next little bit. This is what you've got to contend with. Sky Tower's got a lot of action. This is Tampa, so we've already seen at least some moderate rain move through. Some of these are lightning packed, so do be mindful. Now the bulk of the action is moving its way towards eastern Hillsborough County, moving at a pretty good pace, so I'm not too worried about like flooding. None of this appears to be severe, but we'll keep an eye on it. But moderate showers are now extending into parts of Pinellas County down south and around St. Pete, which hadn't seen much rain. And again, everything generally moving east. Showers are filling in on the light side behind the more moderate showers you saw, but expect damp roads all the way from Pasco, Hernando, pretty much the entire county, at least getting something. Nothing super heavy here. More moderate showers in parts of Citrus County just south of Crystal River, at least at the moment. Everything will extend into Sumter here pretty soon. So you get the trend. Everything moves inland down towards Sarasota. Not so much so far. We'll see how much that changes, but there's a swath of rain that extends here along the coast we've been watching. This is the Skyway Bridge in and around Bradenton, and again, this particular cell looks to be moving north and east, and again, pretty much about 15 to 20 miles per hour or so. So we'll keep an eye on it. Again, everything influenced by low pressure as well as a cold front to the north. We'll watch as the scattered rain picks up throughout the day, at least the next few hours. We could see more rain through midday, but we should be able to dry things out at least briefly this evening into tomorrow morning, which should start out drier with more rain developing into the afternoon. We get more into south flow tomorrow, so that tends to focus more of the rain inland. Severe risk is not zero today. It's not high, but it's certainly there. About low-end threat here, level 1 out of 5, that we could see some storms that may reach severe criteria. We've seen kind of that play out over the last couple of days with gusty winds. I think the other benefit of the storm action that we're seeing, other than the fact that we could use the rain, is the temperatures have managed to dip. This is hard to do. I mean, we struggled the last few mornings to get numbers in Pinellas County out of the 80s, and we've got numbers down to the 70s. Rain, cooled air. Still feels fairly sticky and a touch on the breezy side. So that any outdoor exercise is going to be a tough go, of course, with rain to deal with. 81 in Venice, but 77 in Sarasota. Most inland spots are somewhere in the low 70s, and we'll see those temperatures climb probably low 80s here approaching noon, 10, 11 o'clock. Highs today upper 80s, so shy of 90 degrees on the first day of winter, which is actually a below average day. Here's the latest on Brett. Still a tropical storm, struggling a little bit, but so far holding together. Top winds have increased now to 60. Movement is west at 16. The thinking here is that we're going to see this continue to basically move due west, impacting parts of the Lesser Antilles. However, you also notice the update was actually yesterday, like late morning. This is no longer expected to be a hurricane, but once it emerges into the Caribbean Sea, well, this thing starts to battle a lot of wind shear. So it's forecast to weaken in this vicinity. So in really several days, it's not going to be anything anymore. So that's why we're not worried about it. Behind it, 93L. Which, you know, still has the possibility of turning into a depression or maybe Cindy, is also not a threat for us. But we'll watch. The area is fairly disorganized right now, but could take a path similar to Brett and move into an area that is marginally conducive for tropical development. And we could be talking about a system here shortly. Top percentage there is 80% of formation over the next 7 days, but the most models are in agreement that this remains a fish storm and doesn't pose a threat to any land. So neither of the storms are a threat to Florida, but as always, we know things can change. It's been fairly active over the last couple of days on the Atlantic. 10 to 20 knot winds out of the southwest today, still breezy, elevated seas, as well as choppy conditions. We've seen what the onshore winds have done to the tide, especially in and around high tide, plus the risk for rip currents. So do mind that, especially if you're around the coast. 340 the high tide today. 7-day forecast. Umbrellas, rain jackets, rain boots, everything today as we deal with a little bit of a soggy setup. Probably the wettest day, though, of the next 7 as rain chances to slowly come down.